This is a sample from our training at itdvds.com. If you'd like to learn more, please go to itdvds.com. Let's take a look at one of our virtual machines here, server 01. I'm just going to go to the settings of it. Now this virtual machine has one virtual network adapter. But even though it's just one, it does have some redundancy because when we created our virtual switch on our host, we created the virtual switch with a teamed set of physical NICs, like this, or like this, in order to get some switch redundancy as well. So if one of these physical NICs went down, or physical switch ports or switches went down, this path would still be up. In which case, the virtual NIC on the virtual machine that's running on this Hyper-V host would still be up and able to communicate with the outside world. So this is normally the way we want to do it. We want to use teaming to get our redundancy and extra throughput on our virtual switch, as opposed to teaming within the virtual machine. And what I mean by that is if we went into the settings here and let's say added another network adapter. Let's go ahead and add one. Go ahead and click apply. And then connected to this virtual machine. Okay, I'm in the virtual machine and actually set up a team within the virtual machine. So going to Nic Teaming and setting up a team that way. Normally we wouldn't need to do that because we've already got the redundancy, but we can, and there may be a situation where we do need to do that. So let's take a situation where we have not teamed the virtual switch. So in that case, our virtual machine, when it's running on this Hyper-V 02, if something goes wrong with this physical NIC or this path or something like that, then that virtual machine loses connection to the outside world. So in order to create a team within a virtual machine, we need to add another NIC and add another virtual switch. Now, normally we'd probably just create a team, and if we're going to add another NIC, we might as well create a team on the virtual switch, and that way all of our virtual machines will be redundant. But again, this is a possibility, and there may be some scenario where this is necessary. So we're going to have vSwitch 01 and vSwitch 02. They're going to be connected to different switches. These switches are going to be on the same subnet. And on our virtual machine here, we're going to have two virtual NICs. One virtual NIC is going to be connected to vSwitch 01. The other virtual NIC is going to be connected to vSwitch 02. And then within the guest operating system, we're actually going to create a team with these two virtual NICs. So I've gone ahead and connected another physical NIC on our Hyper-V 02 server to another switch, another physical switch, so that we can create another virtual switch. So let's go to Virtual Switch Manager, and we're going to create a new virtual switch. We're going to make it external. External is the only virtual switch type that's supported with teaming within a virtual machine. So I'm going to call this virtual switch vSwitch 02. We already have a vSwitch 01, and it's going to be external. And the network adapter I plugged in is number 49. We've already got the management system set up, so I don't need to allow the management operating system to use this virtual switch. So I'll go ahead and click OK, and it'll create that virtual switch. Let's go to the settings of our virtual machine that we want to create the team within. So we've got two network adapters here. I'm going to connect this network adapter to vSwitch 01 and this network adapter to vSwitch 02. And we also have to, within each of our network adapters, let's go to Advanced Features, scroll down, and you can see Nic Teaming. You can establish a Nic Teaming within the guest operating system to aggregate bandwidth and provide redundancy. This is useful if teaming is not configured in the management operating system. So I'll go ahead and check this box. It's important to know when this option is cleared, a team created within the guest operating system will lose connectivity if one of the physical network adapters stops working. So we can actually create the team, but it won't work properly. So we do have to remember to check this box on both of our network adapters. And we could also use PowerShell if we wanted to. We could use the set-VM network adapter on server 01 minus allow teaming on. So on all the virtual network adapters, it'll turn this on server 01, which we've just done with the GUI also. Now let's go within the guest operating system here. I'm going to go ahead and connect to server 01. And in Server Manager, we're going to go to Nic Teaming. I'll just click on Disable. That'll open up our Nic Teaming wizard here. And we're going to create a new team. And we'll just call it Team VM. We could call it whatever we want. We're going to use these two virtual NICs. And when creating a team within a virtual machine, we can only have 2 team members. We could potentially try to add more, but it's actually not supported by Microsoft. And if we go down to the additional properties, the teaming mode needs to be switch independent, and the load balancing mode needs to be address hash. And we actually cannot even change these options, so that's the only option we have, but that's what it has to be to create a team within a VM. So go ahead and click OK. And the team's going to come up. It may take a minute or two. And our team is up and active. If we go to our network connections, again, we're all within our virtual machine here. We can see there's our new teamed virtual network adapter that we can configure just like a normal NIC.